gonna finish that?
I was gonna put it. Okay, well, you can take it.
Raven, I just love calamari. Now, you know, calamari is just a fancy name for squid. Ooh, save me from the squid, Matthew. He big. He trying to get me, Matthew. I'ma save you, baby.
The reason why the dating market for you guys could be a little bit off right now, because you already are in alignment with your pathway. You're going into the right direction as far as like going into this Phoenix energy. So you're in this rebirth right now. So with you being in this Phoenix energy and having this rebirth experience, you guys are in a space where people are going to be attracted to you, but that doesn't mean that they're going to be your type. That doesn't mean that they're going to be in the right type of energy for you to have a commitment with. Okay, with you going through this transition, you're going to be in a space where you're opening new doors for yourself. You're going to open new opportunities for growth. You're going to open new opportunities to really embark in people who's going to really match your relationship values. Okay, so right now, while you're growing and putting in that work for yourself, people are going to be attracted to you, but they're not going to really bring much to the table. And you guys are probably looking at this person or people who are trying to, gather your attention. Like, oh, okay, they want the same type of values, they want the same type of things, but is there really a true alignment here? It's something that's a little bit astray, it's something that's a little bit off. And you guys are really known for yourself, okay? During this pre-shuffle, I got the align card. You're trying to stay in a perfect alignment as far as your goals and what you're trying to do for yourself in general, okay? So we got the align. This path is in harmony with your core values and long-term goals. Allow things to flow organically and happen as they will. So you guys are allowing yourself to flow in this organic type of space, okay? You're not allowing yourself to be rushed in any type of means. You're not allowing someone to rush you into a relationship, because you guys could be breaking free from a serial monogamous type of mindset. Okay, you guys could have been in a space where you needed a partner to sort of like, complete your journey, or be in a space where, okay, you know what, I have my career, I need to have someone to be aligned with me in a relationship type of way. But you're realizing that, let me make the right core decision and not based on, the time frame of other people or the time frame of society. You're just in a space where it's like, okay, what actually works for me, okay? And with you guys being in this Phoenix energy, I'm going to tell you one thing. When you're going through this growth process, you're going to be moved into another avenue. You guys are going to find people who are going to align with you, who are worth your time in the dating market, okay? It's not going to be something where you're stuck in a frame of mindset of being around people who are looking to really take from you, okay? You guys could be around a lot of takers right now. And with that knowledge, with that understanding, okay, especially when you're going into this growth process and into this Phoenix energy, you're realizing that you're not settling for a stop and go relationship. You guys are also looking at yourself and saying, okay, what is going to be my best emotional security in the situation? Okay, you guys are looking at the situation saying, I don't want to be drained. I don't want to put myself in an endless cycle. And with the snake energy, it can put yourself in an endless cycle, especially for someone who's not really worth your weight. And one thing about it is, so you guys are breaking free from that tie, okay? With this Phoenix energy, you're breaking free from things that don't serve you, okay? And you're realizing that you can't have a stop and go mindset when it comes down to your goals, okay? Lack of commitment. You guys are breaking free from this lack of commitment energy, because with that snake energy, it can be a lot of that stop and go type of mindset, and that could be due to a lot of distractions. You could have people, like I said, trying to come into your space, trying to distract you from things in your environment. You guys are breaking free from that. So we have lack of commitment, hesitation, and half-hearted efforts are limiting your success. Find a path you can fully commit to and jump in with both feet for increased success. You guys are playing no games with this. You guys are playing no games with this. You guys are saying to yourself, I'm not going to be on this, pattern where I'm just sort of going in a cycle and it's a stop and go pattern. And you guys are not going to fall for people who are just going to be in your energy looking to have that stop and go in and out type of perspective. You guys are okay with finding what you're manifesting into your next journey, finding yourself and growing in your new mindset, looking at things from a different perspective and saying, hey, you know what? I'm content with knowing that what I'm putting my time and effort in, what I'm putting my work into, as far as really learning about, my next chapter of my life, as far as what are some core skills I can put to the table. Rather, like I said, it could be education, rather it's really cultivating your skills in trade. You guys are really in this space where it's like, okay, I'm in this new alignment, and not everybody's going to be worth the ride to the next level or to the next season, okay? You guys are stopping things where it just doesn't have to be, any type of core connection with, okay? You're stopping inconsistent relationships. You're stopping things that, don't really serve your time, don't really serve any type of value for your life, okay? You're realizing that, with you being in this new higher vibrational type of space, okay, you get to see what has your best interest and what actually doesn't, okay? Let's go into your tarot reading here. Just going to pull a few cards for you guys. So let's see here. We had the Three of Swords. Like I said, people are going to be heartbroken with the situation because they see that you have a lot of potential. They see that you bring a lot to the table, but they know that you're not going to waste your time because you guys are already evolved to see what actually fits for you and what actually doesn't, okay? So the Wheel of Fortune. With you being in this perfect alignment for yourself, you're going to wind up being in this Wheel of Fortune type of energy where you know that you're going to be in the right path for your growth process, okay? So we have the Chariot card. You guys are going in the right direction, keeping your focus on the game. So we have the Queen of Swords, and we have, let's see, the Ten of Swords in reverse. Let's see here. We have the Tower. Okay, somebody's going to be looking upset. And we have the Hermit card here. Like I said, during that alignment, you guys are taking the time to really put in the energy for yourself, and nothing's wrong with that. See, and we have the Empress card here. Okay, we're going to end with that. Let's see. So the Three of Swords, you guys are going to be heartbreakers for some people, okay? You guys are going to be heartbreakers for some people because they know that you're bringing a whole lot to the table. They know that, with you being in this new journey for yourself, you guys are seeing that, hey, people around me, everybody's not going to be worth my attention to date. You're not going to waste your time and energy for people who are not going to be worth your investment, okay? Because the Wheel of Fortune is in your favor. The Wheel of Fortune is in your favor. You guys know, that you got to have a lot of potential. You guys have a lot of energy that's going to push you to the right direction with your fortune. You guys are going to make the right choice for yourself, okay? You're no longer going to put yourself in a snake energy, where it's just settling for people in your environment that's not really worth your time. You're going to be on your high horse. You're going to be in your chariot, moving on to the next direction, okay? Because as you grew, as you went through this Phoenix energy, you guys realized who to cut off, okay, and who to open your hand towards to, establish a connection that's really worth your time. You guys are going to embrace this Queen of Swords energy, okay? And this is energy here. We're not talking about sexes here. We're talking about energy. So you guys have that, you have that open hand where it's like you are compassionate, but you're not going to waste your time. You're willing to cut off things that just don't serve you, that don't really bring in any type of joy to your life, or doesn't really bring in any type of sense to really cultivate any type of interaction with, okay? And with that, people are going to have to pull these swords out their bag. Ten of Swords in reverse, okay? They're going to be looking at your messages saying, okay, well, I'm not getting the energy that I'm looking to reciprocate back, okay? And with you guys knowing that, your time is precious here, you guys are just saying, hey, I'm not wasting your time, I'm not wasting mine. This is just not a season where I'm looking to cultivate anything with. I'm not going to waste your time if I'm seeing that it's not going to be a relationship that I'm going to really, put that much energy and effort in, okay? Nothing's wrong with being savage when you know what you bring to the table. You know that's not really worth your time and energy, okay? You guys are just really being in this logical perspective to really see, hey, I'm not afraid to cause this tower moment with you. I'm not afraid to end something that's not really worth my time and that's not really worth my energy, okay? You guys are being the tower in your own life. And that's all about, embracing this Phoenix energy, because the Phoenix already knows what to destroy when it's no longer serving its purpose. They know when to say, okay, it's time to burn something down, okay? See, the tower energy right here is burning down. You guys know when to drop interactions, dropping situations when it's not really worth your time, okay? You guys know that every energy that's in your circle, every energy that's in your corner is not something that you need to date. It's not something that you need to interact with, okay? You guys are embracing that hermit energy. You guys are embracing that hermit energy. You know when to say, hey, you know what? It's time to really put in that work in to get into my aligned perspective, okay? To get into my new way of living, to get into my new way of living as far as like my mental space too, changing how you look at things, changing how you put your work in your environment, okay? Once you go into this hermit mode, you're not only healing for yourself, you're also observing, okay, who is bringing healing energy towards you. Okay, and with that, once you get out of that hermit type of space, you're embracing this Empress energy, having that emotional intelligence, having that wealth, having that security. Like I said, you're breaking free in that lack of commitment from that snake energy, that stop and go. Okay, You're leaving that behind, and you're embracing and you're walking into your Empress energy where you know what you bring to the table, you know what you're looking for, okay? You're not settling for someone who just has an interest in you, but you don't have that interest back, okay? You guys actually are bringing your own type of clarity to the situation where it's like, no, just because this person has a liking for me, if it doesn't make sense for me, guess what? I'm going to walk away from it. And nothing's wrong with getting on your chariot to walk away from things that don't serve you.
Who am I? I'm the greatest. Who am I? I'm getting paid. Who am I? I'm so flagrant. Who am I? I'm the greatest. Who am I? I'm getting paid. Who am I? I'm so flagrant.